Got a few screws loose since the days of my youth. There's a few screws loose. Now, going back to what you said, right? As far as waking up and having a physical reaction to your job, yo, I never had that in my 20s. In my 20s, I still felt like I had a little bit of youth on my side. I still felt somewhat invincible. And I want to say all of that stopped right around when I turned 30. And I was like, fuck, what have you done with all of this time? Now, I have a shit ton of skills. Decades worth of like I mentioned at the top of the show, audio, music. But yo, that shit ain't paying the bills. What can you do with this right now? What can you do with this? Not much. What like computers? Yeah, I had a lot of computer experience, and I learned that I really don't like IT anymore because things move a lot faster than they did back in the early 2000s. So it's like now I got to keep up with all this new technology. By the time I learn something inside and out, there's another updated version with a whole bunch of new shit that they've changed. And it's just a cycle of always having to learn, always having to learn, always having to learn. Unfortunately, it's shit that I don't want to learn. So I want to say in my 30s is when I started waking up and saying, man, I hope I get fired today. I don't want to go to work. I don't want to quit, but I also don't want to be there. So I was just hoping like I get fired. I still to this day sometimes I hope I just get fired, get laid off or some shit. Because I don't really have a backup plan. And maybe that's something that I should have been putting more time and effort in as far as building some kind of backup plan. I mean, I was a photographer for a while, but I don't like people, and trees don't pay you to take their pictures. So it's like, damn, man, what you gonna do without IT? Who are you without this particular set of skills in this job? You're nothing, man. So that's why I'm still going to work every day because it's like, what else can I do? And P, I know you can relate to that, man. Like you were a firefighter. What else can you do right now to go out here and make money?
All I can do is tell everybody, hey man, in the fire department, or hey man, I know this, and nobody cares. But I know what you mean when you said you hope you get fired. Like I didn't want to get fired from the fire department. Old episodes we talked about, my history and what led up to the termination. So if you want to check those out, feel free. But I was fired. I didn't want to be fired, but at the same time, I hated my job. But on the flip side, I was taking steps in my job to get out of the position in my job that I hated. I didn't want to be a firefighter in the field anymore. I was getting ready to be a lieutenant and be an officer, and I was setting myself up to go into recruitment so I can be in the recruitment office and move up in the headquarters and become a battalion chief. I would only have 3 more years left until retirement if they didn't fire me. So I was taking the steps to get out of the position I hated. However, when I got that unexpected call to come to the office and they fired me, I remember I felt like a weight was lifted off of my back. And I remember thinking, geez, I didn't think I'd feel like this. But now at 37, 36 years old now, I start to realize I don't really have nothing else. I don't have any other skills. I'm not making any money doing anything except for disability. I'm making $100,000 less than I should be, and I struggle a lot because there's nothing for me to do anymore. I don't have skills, and I kind of think Dan that this might be our segue from quarter life crisis to midlife crisis because man, at 36, almost 37, my oldest has already finished high school. I got other kids. My wife is a pretty successful person, gets promotions. Now I'm at the point where I feel like, because I was wronged for so many years and I had to spend so much time on disability, I don't have anything. I don't have any promotions. Never got a promotion in my life. Never got any rank. Never got any of my gold badges that I was supposed to get. Little things like that I don't have. So now I'm looking at myself like, shit, I don't have any accomplishments. Never got to really make any real decisions for myself and find the success that I've worked hard for. And it is a really sobering and depressing thing to know that I'm in a personally, thankfully my wife helps me out a lot, But personally, on my own, I'm in a worse situation than I was when I was 21 years old. And that sucks, man.